Have you ever jumped into DEX trading and just felt completely lost? Like you're in the middle of this chaotic, wild west of finance? Well, you are definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to hand you the map and the compass you need to navigate that chaos and turn it right into clarity.
So let's just get right to it. Is trading on a decentralized exchange, a DEX, just a crazy gamble? The short answer? No, not if you have the right tools and the right way of looking at things. And that is exactly what we're about to break down for you.
First things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page. The biggest difference here is all about control. Think of a centralized exchange, a CEX, like a bank. You give them your money, they hold it for you. But a decentralized exchange, a DEX, you trade straight from your own wallet. You and only you are always in control of your funds. Okay, but here's the catch. With all that control comes some pretty unique risks. This is where that chaotic feeling comes from, right? We're talking about stuff like rug pulls, where the creators of a coin just vanish with everyone's money, or honeypots, these sneaky scam tokens that let you buy in, but then you can never sell. Knowing these dangers exist is step one to making sure you don't fall for them. So, how do we start to make sense of all this? Well, it all begins with learning how to read the market's map. You see, price movement isn't just random scribbles on a screen. There's a structure to it. And understanding that structure is the absolute key to turning what feels like a gamble into a calculated move. Just take a look at this chart. It's simpler than you think. An uptrend, that's just a series of higher peaks, which we call higher highs and higher valleys, known as higher lows. A downtrend is just the opposite. This is the basic language of the market, the rhythm hiding in plain sight. All right, so we can spot a trend, but how do we know if it's going to keep going or if it's about to turn around? Well, a break of structure, or BOS, is your confirmation. It's when the price smashes past a previous high in an uptrend, telling you, yep, we're still going up. But a change of character, or CHOCH, that's your first big warning sign. That's when the price fails to make a new high and instead breaks a recent low. It's the market whispering, hey, things might be about to change. Okay, so if market structure is our map, then every single one of these little candlesticks is like a word written on that map, and each one tells its own tiny story. So let's learn how to read them. Believe it or not, every single candle gives you 4 key pieces of information: where the price opened, where it closed, the highest point it reached, and the lowest point it hit. The fat part, the body, shows you the open and close, and those thin lines, the wicks, show you the extremes. It's that simple, but man, is it powerful. Now, this is the most important part. Don't just see a bunch of red and green boxes. See a fight. See a battle. The size and shape of that candle and its wicks tell you who won that fight, who lost, and exactly how hard they fought. And here is that battle playing out right on the screen. Look at those long wicks sticking out of the top at that resistance line. They're telling you a story. The buyers tried to push the price up, and the sellers just slammed it right back down, again and again. That's not just a line on a chart. That's sellers screaming, "You shall not pass." It is the story of rejection made visible. So we can read the map. We can understand the stories. Now we just need a tool to help us be precise. And that's where Fibonacci comes in. Now, it's not magic, okay? It's a tool that helps us find high probability spots to get in and out of trades, all based on the market's natural rhythm. And it's so much easier to use than it sounds, I promise. If you're in an uptrend, you just click on the bottom of a big move and drag the tool to the very top. In a downtrend, you just do the reverse, from the top of the move down to the bottom. That's it. You've literally just drawn a custom roadmap for where the price might pull back to. Think of the retracement tool as your precision entry tool. You see, after a big price move, it almost never just keeps going in a straight line. It pulls back, it retraces. This tool shines a spotlight on the most likely zones where that pullback will run out of steam and the original trend will kick back in. It helps you buy the dip, but with a plan. So if the retracement tool helps you get in, the extension tool is all about getting you out. It projects potential targets where the price might go next. This is huge because it lets you set logical, unemotional profit targets before you're even in the trade. It takes all the guesswork and anxiety out of when to sell. We've got our map, we can read the stories, we have our precision tools, but I'm telling you absolutely none of that matters without this final piece. The hardest, most unpredictable part of trading isn't the market, it's you. Your own mind is the final boss, and it's the toughest one to beat. I really want you to let this one sink in for a second. You could have the most brilliant, back-tested, perfect strategy in the entire world, but if you don't have the discipline to stick to it, it is completely worthless. The market is designed to mess with your emotions, your greed, your fear, your impatience. A great strategy followed poorly will always lose to a simple strategy followed with iron discipline.
So what does that discipline even look like? Well, it means having rules that you just don't break, ever. Like, your number one job is not to make money, it's to not lose the money you already have. That's capital preservation. It means using a proper stop loss on every single trade so you know your exact risk before you click buy. These aren't just suggestions, they are the absolute bedrock of a long-term trading career. So, here we are. You have the map to find your way through the chaos. You have the tools to act with real precision. But the final question, the one that really matters, is this: do you have the mindset? Because in the end, that is the one thing that will truly define your journey.